You owe us money. It's called taxes.
How much do I owe?
You have to figure that out.
I just pay what I want?
Oh no, we know exactly how much you owe, but you have to guess that number too.
What if I get it wrong?
You go to prison.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are taking a look at r/assholedesign. I don't know how, I haven't done a video on this yet, so here we are. This is a subreddit dedicated to people making deliberate design choices that are awful and terrible and ruin the experience for the consumer because it makes the company money, basically. Now, before we begin, I have a few things to talk about. I will put a timestamp on the screen if you wish to skip, but I have a fairly large amount of stuff. Well, not that large, but I have some stuff to talk about before we begin. Feel free to skip it if you want. Anyway, firstly, my live streams are going on a break because I don't really have the time or the energy at the moment to be streaming twice a week with everything that's going on. The reason for this is I just got a new job. Like, literally as of recording this, I got it a few days ago and it's really exhausting. So doing that plus maintaining 2 YouTube uploads every week doesn't leave me with a lot of energy or free time to be live streaming, so that's going on a break. Additionally, the little musical covers that I normally do at the start of songs may be reduced to 1 a week, if that, just because, again, the amount of time it takes me to learn a portion of a song and record it and edit it and everything, I don't really have the time or energy for that at the moment. Hopefully one day I will not have to have a job and I'll be able to do YouTube for a living, but as things stand now, I do need this job, so I'm going to be dedicating more time to that. But I will still be uploading 2 videos every week. I'm not going to cut down that schedule. I'm going to try hard to keep my YouTube schedule at 2 videos a week, so don't worry about that. Nothing like that should be changing, at least not for a while, so we're gonna keep that going. Anyway, thank you for listening to my rant. I hope you appreciate the content I make, and I hope you enjoy it, because I enjoy making it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Now let's get into the subreddit. Wow, McDonald's now blocks out the entire menu to show an ad every minute or so. Great design, makes it real easy to order. So they are going to slow down the speed in which queues decide what they want to buy. But not only that, it's not like McDonald's is short on cash right now. They're like one of the leading fast food companies in the world. This doesn't seem at all necessary for them to do. Brilliant. Hey, YouTube, a company is systematically copyright claiming every video I have ever made, despite me owning the rights to all music used in them. Please tell me I don't have to manually dispute all 1,800 claims. Please retweet. YouTube, your system is broken. This is a really common thing that has been around on YouTube for over a few years now. I think this post was from a year ago. Just recently, the YouTubers Hat Films uploaded a video. I have the picture here. This crap is a plague of YouTube. Studio 71 automatically claims a video as it looks the same as another one on their network and instantly blocks it from being viewed. This happens before we have a chance to do anything about it. Engagement down the shitter. Update, as expected, it got thrown back online with 0 feedback and views are trash as a result. Thanks, YouTube. Studio 71 do this a lot. They constantly claim people that make videos on anything that people in their studio make videos on. I think people have had videos claimed on Fortnite as well as Among Us and various other things. So, and Jackbox, as this video was. It's a really bad state of affairs at the moment that YouTube just lets anybody claim copyright on any content, and it's very often that the person making the content is doing it well within copyright laws. Maybe it's free use, or maybe it doesn't even contain the item at all.
I don't play even a fucking microsecond of the song, not at all. Boom, what do I wake up to today? Oh, this claim was manually claimed, not even an automatic detection. Some motherfucker, you, went in and manually claimed this video as containing stuff from EMI Music Publishing. Manually f***ing claimed.
That's the current state of YouTube ad revenue. It's really bad. That's why so many YouTubers stream and push for Patreon, because it's like the only way they can make money. But now, even Twitch is cracking down on playing music. Even if the music is in a game, they'll take down your content. The state we're in is ridiculous. It's actually terrible. It's a terrible state of affairs for future content creators, for people that want to get into creating content, or for people that have been creating it for a long time. It is a terrible state of affairs for that. And that's why the whole of YouTube just deserves to be in asshole design, because the whole of YouTube is just built up so that copyright holders or people that don't even hold copyright can take down the people that shouldn't be taken down. It's terrible. I'm gonna stop ranting about YouTube now. There's a gaming chair company, yeah, that's a word. There's a gaming chair company called ITEY. They photoshopped a photo of me sitting in a TLD Today video and used it as an ad for years. Never seen their chair in my life. I don't care if the chair is great. This is trashy. Don't buy their stupid chair. Yeah, I don't know if that's even legal. I feel like he could probably make some kind of claim against that, because, I mean, they're straight up using an image of him without his permission for one, so feels like there can be a claim made there. Walmart employee here. We were given these shirts today. Walmart profits billions off this pandemic and then compares their sacrifice to World War II veterans. That's just trashy. That's just gross. I mean, employees at supermarkets are doing a crazy job right now. Like, mad props to anyone working in a shop. But imagine being sent a shirt like this from the company exploiting your labor, right? Forcing you to work 40 hours a week on minimum wage during a pandemic, and then they're like, look at this sacrifice that Walmart is making, and then they expect the employees to wear the shirt. I don't think anybody's gonna want to wear that. It's so awful. This app couldn't be uninstalled but was disabled and is no longer accessible. To enable it again, open the apps page on the settings app. Now, I can't really talk about the situation with Facebook, being that I own their latest spy device, being the Oculus Quest 2, which is, you know, their latest cheap way of spying on you while you do exercise. But I used to have a phone that had like 8 gigabytes of storage, and 4 gigs of that was taken up by system files, and apps like this that you couldn't uninstall were the bane of my existence. I never had memory, even with a memory card. Like, you couldn't install apps because they had to be stored on the phone. It was actually awful. So apps that don't let you delete them are just the worst. It doesn't matter what the app is, Facebook, anybody else, it's just awful. It's just a terrible thing. Let people make storage space. Unremovable ads on my $2,500 Samsung Smart TV. Wow. Imagine paying that much on an item and they still throw adverts in your face. We're learning today that adverts are the bane of everybody's existence, I think. Adverts and copyright laws are just the bane of everybody's lives. Now, this one actually bugs me, right? EA decided to add full-on commercials in the middle of gameplay in a $60 game a month after it's released, so it wasn't talked about in reviews. That is so trashy and just such a dick move, right? So all the reviews come out like, look, this game has all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. And then after the reviews are out, they throw in unskippable ads. This bugged me to the point where I wanted to look into it, right? So this game contains in-game purchases, right? This game has microtransactions for like, I mean, they're optional, but even so, they are charging you for cosmetics and still throwing in adverts. EA are going full mobile developer on their games at this point. How trashy is that? That's just so bad. Gun deaths in Florida. 2005, Florida enacted its Stand Your Ground law. And look at that, gun kills dropped. The number of murders committed using firearms dropped. Oh no, wait, hold on. The graph is switched. For some reason, the big numbers are at the bottom, not the top. So what actually happened is Florida enacted its stand your ground law and gun murders jumped up by about 200. Who made this graph, and were they trying to paint it like guns are a good thing? That's what they were doing. They were being like, look, guns are a good thing, and they were just probably throwing in multiple graphs and hoping nobody would notice. I saw this picture at least 3 times on this subreddit. People noticed. Guns are not a good thing. If the state of Florida enacted its stand your ground law and murders jumped up by like near 200 to 300, that just shows that guns as self-defense is doing more damage than harm because so many more people are being murdered. I've said this in so many videos before, time and time again. The US has more shootings in 2 weeks than the UK has in 20 years, and they act like there is nothing wrong with their gun laws. But you know, maybe that's just me. Maybe Americans just love being shot. Maybe that's just, you know, you're not a real American unless you've been shot to death, am I right? Shipping method. Email delivery time, 2 to 4 hours. Email delivery time, instantly. So they're charging you to send the email quicker. The whole point of an email is that it's meant to be instant. That's the whole point of an email. Inflating your sales prices by charging people to get an email sooner is just, come on now. Are you really that short on money as a company that you have to charge people for emails? No, I don't think anybody's that tight. Come on. 1001 stickers and 768 of them are useless fucking squares. Thanks, Disney. Yeah, that's just bad. Imagine how disappointed your kid would be receiving this huge sticker book, getting like less than a third of them being actual stickers that they want to use, and the majority of them being squares. Your child would be so disappointed. Yes, putting pay tolls on toilets. In the old city I used to live in before I moved, these were on every public toilet, like no matter where you went, and nobody pays them. They have no point being there because nobody pays them. Everybody just vaults over them. Charging people to go to the toilet is it's almost criminal. Like, imagine a homeless person. They don't have anywhere to go to the toilet. They don't have anywhere to wash. The only place they can go to the toilet is a public toilet and use the sinks there to give themselves like a little bit of a sponge bath. They don't have the money to pay to get into this. The person who thought this up, they should be locked away and the key should be thrown away. It's actually criminal. Yesterday it was announced that AT&T got hit with a $60 million fine. Today I get this in my account. We've added 15 gigabytes of data to your plan and increased your monthly rate by $10. Please sign in to review the changes to your account. I don't know if them changing your monthly plan without your consent is even legal. I don't think they should be allowed to do that. And I think that anybody that they've done that to, that it maybe didn't even realize because they haven't checked their email, they should be able to make claims based on this. Imagine you are barely scraping by with your rent and food each month, but your job relies heavily on your phone, that you need your data plan, and you don't check your email very often because you don't need to, because everything's done via texts perhaps. So you don't know this happens, and then suddenly your phone bills gets inflated every month, and it makes it even more difficult for you to pay rent and get food each month. That is criminal. Again, I think they should be able to sue for this because they didn't agree to this. This isn't the plan that they clicked on and decided to start paying for. So they're having money taken without their consent. By breaking this seal, you accept the enclosed license agreement. Again, I'm not a lawyer. If there are any people that are perhaps studying law or are actual lawyers and watching this in chat, tell me if this is legal or not. But I don't think you can be held accountable for a contract or an agreement that you haven't physically read yet. So if you open this up, read the agreement, and then don't agree with it, you should be able to sign that you don't agree with it regardless of this sticker, because there's no way you can agree to something or disagree with something that you haven't read yet. So they can't hold you accountable to that. Am I right? I think that if they held you accountable for a license agreement that you didn't want to do simply because you read it, you should be able to open a lawsuit on that. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I don't think they can hold you accountable for a license agreement you haven't even read or signed off on, right? Doritos, bigger bag, more to share. 500 grams in both the new one and the small one. You're literally buying a bag of air. Sorry if my voice is a bit funky. I kind of choked to death on a drink right there. Yeah, this is awful. Much like a lot of things, you might be able to sue for this. You know how there was the Red Bull thing? The whole Red Bull gives you wings and people were suing when Red Bull didn't literally give them wings. I feel like you should be able to sue over the fact that Doritos are claiming this bag is bigger with more to share when there is literally no difference between this and a cheaper bag. I feel like that's a crime. That's false advertising, right? And I feel like they should be punished for this because so many companies get away with it. Capitalism sucks, and it's because of stuff like this. And they get away with it because that's capitalism, baby. Wonderful. And then, you know, Doritos just gets more and more rich because they're selling people literally bags of air. Isn't that great? Isn't that great that that's the kind of society we live in? I love that. Don't you guys just love that? Isn't that amazing? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. That's where I'm gonna end it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to support me and support my content, then click that join button down below, or equally, I have a Patreon that you can join. The link to that is in the description. So maybe consider supporting me. It helps out a lot more than you might think. Even a $1 subscription is a lot more than you might realize. But other than that, that's where I'm going to end the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.